So it's mostly like whatever floats your boater, you know. And but these are like my I should have said true thoughts or real thoughts. My real or you know my perspective, my opinion on chicken and waffles is that there was waffles, obviously from Belgium, like Belgian waffles, or there was waffles from Europe, and eventually it came to America, and then there was fried chicken. I suppose that was invented in America. So then I guess I don't know who did it. It said in a little like news primer, but usually it's pretty woke. So they like to add. It's basically like, so if there's something black going on, if there's something African American going on, this rule of equivocality is trying to make people equal and trying to make all cultures equal. There's this woke, like ideology on the left, in especially prevalent in mainstream media, where you try to make white people the same as black people or Mexican people or Indian people or Chinese people or whatever, or Arab people, or you can go on and on, Pakistani people, etc., etc. But so that I can tell they're trying to make, if there's a Republican and a Democrat running against each other, they try to make them equal, on equal footing. Equivocality. It's like a thing where you're like, oh, you know what? Everybody's the same. Like, oh yeah, everyone's equal. Everyone's the same. Every single person is the same in their ability and their wealth and their cultural and their race. It's all the same. It's all bland, you know? So that's what ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, and CNN do all the time. How do you take people down? You have to make them equal. They don't go up if they're equal. They go down because you bring everybody to the same level. Yeah. That's like that's basically the tenet of Marxism, communism, socialism, is that there is no division in talent between people. So they were saying that people basically, that yes, they were like, chicken and waffles is a African American thing, it's a black thing, but yeah, they some white people, they did it in Pennsylvania or something like that. And I was like, okay, I thought that was just that black thing, but educate me on the history of chicken and fucking waffles, right? Yeah, so some guy said do chicken and waffles, and I said okay, but in retrospect, it's like, let me just say that I feel that chicken and waffles is not good. I don't like it. It's like it takes two things that are basically unrelated, throws them together. It's like pancakes and steak. It's like I realize that probably waffles and fried chicken, they taste good by themselves. Together, it could be, maybe taste good. Maybe. Okay. I don't know if I like maple syrup next to my fried chicken. I don't know. Maybe black people do, but I'm obviously not black. So I get it. There was African slaves back in the day, and they've been trying to create their own culture in the shadow of European culture for the last 200 years or so. and they're just like they're so I'm sure they're desperate to create an African culture that they can trace back to, because they really can't, in sub-Saharan tribes or something, they really can't. There's nothing. I mean, they can't really connect back to their roots, really, or something. So they've been desperate to create their own culture. I think chicken and waffles is just, or claiming fried chicken as their own, is just kind of their way of claiming some cultural, roots. And in the shadows of European culture, obviously. Yeah. So I know they have the shows where somebody's eating chicken and waffles, fried chicken and waffles, and they're going, yeah, look at chicken and waffles, oh goodness, fried chicken, waffles, and syrup, oh goodness. And I'm just like, well, I'm glad they're enjoying it. It's to each their own kind of country, right? So I'm probably not going to make that dish, and it's not because I don't like. It's not because I don't like African people or black people. It's just I don't believe in the dish itself. I'm just not really, you know. So there are some things that go together: ketchup and fries, salt and pepper. You know, the basics. Yeah, bacon and eggs. Huh? And there's stuff that doesn't go together, like chicken and waffles. Yeah. So if stuff doesn't go together, I usually don't get excited about it. If they really don't go together, if they're not really a good pair, that doesn't mean that somebody doesn't make some badass waffles, some awesome waffles, and it's got great syrup on it, and I eat it with some fried chicken. It doesn't mean I would never enjoy that sort of thing. It's just I don't really promote it. I don't really care about it. I don't want to make that. So I realized it was just chicken and waffles day the other day, right? Yeah, it was chicken and waffles day, I think, on Monday or something. Maybe that's why the guy was like, hey, make chicken and waffles. And I was like, well, first of all, yeah, I would have to fry chicken and then make waffles at the same time. It's like kind of a pain in the ass to do that at the same time anyways. Yeah. So um, um, so so nothing against the African American culture, but I'm not a big proponent of chicken and waffles. It's just not. I would never get the Lay's potato chip chicken and waffles. I usually would not make chicken and waffles. My family probably would not never request chicken and waffle. And you know what? Really, I'm the biggest waffle fan probably in the family. Yeah, I love waffles. I love getting those blueberry waffles. I like the Eggo waffles. Yeah, I mean those. I mean, we don't we don't have a big waffle maker, so we don't make it often. We just have a mini waffle maker here, and so a lot of when I request waffles in the family, people are like, "I don't want waffles; they want pancakes." So yeah, that is pretty much. You have a lot of anti-wafflers here, and a lot of anti-waffle fans. And I'm a big. I love all the breakfast items. I'm not discriminatory against waffle. So. But some people just don't like waffles, and that's true. We have some anti-waffle people out there, and that's yeah. I don't like my bacon burnt. I liked it. I like it just done. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never. Well, I mean, I guess if my family came from Cherokee Indian Nation, I guess I do understand what it's like to come from a tribal culture. I suppose a little bit, genetically speaking, I suppose, but not like where I come from another continent from a tribal place, and then I don't speak a native language, and I don't have a native culture. I don't know that experience because most of my ancestry is European, from Ireland and England. So So I don't know what it's like to feel embarrassed or ashamed of an ancestry in a tribal culture. You know what I mean? Where I don't know the language, I don't know the culture, and then I'm in a basically kind of like a foreign land or a foreign continent, and I have to adapt and create a culture within a culture. That experience African Americans have, but I don't have. I'm not saying modern African Americans have that experience necessarily. I'm just saying that it's not like my ancient culture was enslaved like the Jews or something, right? Like the Jews of Egypt or something. The slaves of Africa. So, but whatever happened in 200 years ago, or 300 years ago, 400 years ago, or thousands of years ago, isn't really. It's not really has anything to do with what's going on in 2025 in the 21st century, basically. So it's not incumbent. It's just a linear time flow. Or as they would say in linear time thought, cause and effect. Here comes the rain again, like the Eurythmics. Hanging on my head like a new emotion. want to dive into your ocean. Is it raining for you? Is that how the lyrics go? Here comes the rain again, hanging on my head like a new emoji. Or whatever. Hanging on my head like a new emotion. Yeah, you gotta do it more like that. More soulful, huh? You gotta focus. You gotta focus when you sing your rhythmics, huh? Because that shit is complex. You ready to become flood buds? Are you ready for the floodheads? Yeah, probably the people in Texas don't want to talk about the floodheads because of what happened at Camp Mystic and the great tragedy. Yeah. Tornado went that. Ooh. That's number one, but then number two hits. Yeah. The floodheads. The flood buds. Camp Mystic. Ooh. I saw that movie Mystic Pizza. I said, man, young Julia Roberts. That was some great tits. Those redheads, you know? Was she Irish? Hey. Julia Roberts, huh? Woo! In her day, huh? That's a girl you want to take home, huh? That was like back in the 80s, that was the shit. Like bootylicious redhead too. But you know what? They had all the girls were hot in Mystic Pizza. But probably my favorite wasn't just Julia Roberts. It was the other one was cute, but like the really hot one wasn't really famous after the 80s. It was the brunette one was like, oh, she was like the best. She was like fucking divine, huh? Hell yeah. All right. Got our toast. Let's have a toast to that. Let's toast to that. Are you ready for the floodheads? I like how they say in weather there's going to be a disturbance. The disturbance. Isn't everybody else excited about the disturbance? No, it's going to be the flood. Will you be my flood bud? The flood buds? Floodheads. Hopefully no one joins the floodheads. Yeah. I know what happened. It was a Jaws type situation, right? At the Camp Mystic and yeah. So it was a Jaws situation. It's like it's July 4th weekend. Don't rock the boat, right? They're like, we paid a lot for this holiday. It's July 4th weekend. We gotta. Yeah. No, don't worry about the storms. Don't worry about the warnings. Like, I know what it was like, right? Hey, man, we're having a good time. No one bring down the party. Yeah, it's just, I don't care if there's a killer shark in the water. Fuck it, it's July 4th weekend. We're gonna miss out on a lot of money. We cancel this deal. You know, we planned this for so long. We planned this vacation for so long. We don't want to blow it. Worrying about the weather.
Yeah, so I could see what happened. It was July 4th weekend. You know, it wasn't just that the floods and the storms came like a thief in the night, but it was also because, you know, some people were ignoring the warnings. Yeah, like they were on the Titanic and they were like, iceberg, smiceberg, we got a party to get to, man. And then all those people died and drowned, you know, because it was dark and it was people ignored the warnings. I don't know. Kerr County floods, yeah. So it's called Kerr County. It's where it occurred. Yeah. Kerr County, Texas. Kerr is where it occurred. Kerr is where things occur. Sometimes. Ooh. Yeah. Uh, Lost all your children. Chill drowned. Yeah. No, it wasn't the mayor saying, no, don't cancel the July 4th parade. It wasn't exactly like Jaws. But, you know, it was similar, you know. It's like, nobody pumped the brakes, right? So, that's the thing. They're like, man, we're going to lose money, man. And, you know, when those warnings came down a few days before, but it was like, I don't think it's the weather. It's not the weather people's fault. It's, you know, God is not exactly a nice guy, right? So, kills people indiscriminately. So, that's God. Kills people indiscriminately. That's the creator of the universe, you know? Hate to be Hannibal Lecter on people, but, you know, it just drops a bus on 100 people and they die, you know, all the time. Blows up a kindergarten or whatever. So, that's the big chief. Uh, or like Marilyn Manson used to sing, the death of one is a tragedy. The death of one is a tragedy. The death of many is just a statistic. I'm not a slave to a God that doesn't exist. I'm not a slave to a world that doesn't give a fucking shit. Fight, 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 fight. There it is. You got your children with your oxygen masks, breathing just to survive. Fight, fight. Was that from Marilyn Manson's Hollywood? It was called the fight song? Yeah. I'm not a slave to the world that doesn't give a shit. That's true. goodies today? Yeah, I breakfast. July 4th, Texas flood event. Yeah. Oh, that's why they're getting the flashbacks to it. Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Of course, I knew they'd bring it up too, but bring it up. Oh. We gotta get the families and the kids down to the river. It's July 4th time. Time to celebrate America. Right? Hey, no, it's not time to eat, fool. No, I gotta get it ready first. Okay? Yeah, it's gotta cool off, Tula. Cool your jets, too. You know? We're gonna get some food, Scrappy Doo. Hold your horses, Scrappy Doo. Ooh. Yeah, ooh. Ooh. Come on, I love it. Yeah. Ooh. Get a lovey. We're gonna have the goodies. I know, babe. You're so excited. Love the doula. I know, I want food. Yeah, exciting. Mm. Sweet Melissa. Love will tear us apart. Oh yeah. They're playing that in a car commercial? That's so anti that's so anti that's so anti-rebellion of the that's so anti-rebel to play Ian Curtis and oh man. They're playing Joy Division in the fucking car commercials now. What do they get? They're gonna play the Sex Pistols next. God Save the Queen or something. I'm tired of all these like corporations playing these fucking punk songs. You know, like that's the most anti-punk thing that there is. Okay, let's eat. Okay, come on. Okay, it's time to eat breakfast. Goodness. So it's a free country if you like chicken and waffles. Knock yourself out. Not my bag of tea. Yeah. Ooh. But if you like it, hey, it's a free country. But like George Carlin says, you know, they call it the American dream because you got to be asleep to believe it. But to each their own, right? So if somebody likes chicken and waffles, knock yourself out. Yeah. That's just not my, particular style, my particular love in the culinary world. God bless and best of success. Peace.